Michael Caine is here. He's been making movies for 50 years and shows no signs of slowing down. In fact, he is having, some say, the time of his life. His new film is The Prestige. It features Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale. And here is the trailer for the film. The last person we saw was
Rebecca Hall.
Yeah, Peter Hall's daughter.
Yeah, the director Peter Hall and the American opera singer is Margaret Ewing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's her daughter. I've never seen her in a film before. She's brilliant, really good, really good.
There's a good cast in this film.
Oh yeah, there are no lemons in this one. It's a sign. It's a sign of a good director. I remember I once said to John Huston, I'm working with John Huston.
Now, don't be name dropping with me.
No, it's not name dropping.
No, I'm kidding.
That's my workmates.
Yes.
I said to John Huston, "What's the art of directing?" He said, "Casting. If you cast it right, you're all right."
You can do impressions too, can't you?
Yeah, that was John Huston.
I know.
No, I don't do any. I don't do any.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Don't you?
Gregory Peck sneezing. Don't I?
You said this.
Yeah, good. I'm just going to do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Gregory Peck sneezing. Achoo.
Who else? There must be somebody else in this repertoire.
I forget now. I can't. I'm on jet lag, so I don't know who.
Well, just give me
I can't even do impression of me. Everyone does an impression of me.
I know they do. It's very easy to do.
It's very easy to do, yeah. Even I can do it.
Because the Cockney is part of it, is what makes it easy.
Very much so. Oh, yeah. It's a very individual voice, so everybody recognises it.
Just give me a little bit more of John Huston, then.
I'm doing a scene in a movie. It's going very well, long speech. And he said, cut. And I said, what's wrong? What's wrong? He said, you can speak faster, Michael. He's an honest man.
That's great. That's great.
When I got the Man Who Would Be King, I was in the George V Hotel in Paris.
Yes.
And the phone went, and I picked it up and said, Michael Caine. And I thought, that sounds like John Huston. I said, who is this? And I thought it was one of my mates doing me up, you know. And he said, I'd like to do a movie with you. Would you like to talk to me about a movie? And I said, yes. I said, I'll see you anywhere you like. He said, I'm in the bar in the Hotel de Gaulle next door. Come down. and that's how I got the Man Who Would Be King.
So you went over and had a drink with him, and he hired you?
Yeah. And it was 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, was Sean already on board?
Probably. I think so. I think he was, yeah. I think he was. I think he'd seen him in America, but this was Paris.
Now, are you two friends?
Sean and I?
Yes.
We are such close friends, yeah. We met. Sean, I'll tell you a little story. Okay. South Pacific opens in London, right? Now, they're looking for all these great big American sailors to sing, There Is Nothing Like a Dame. And they give an audition for British chorus boys, you know, and they come and go, There's nothing like a dame. And the guy goes, oh, Jesus Christ, we've got to get some more butch people than this. So Josh Logan, I think it was directed it, he sent his talent scouts round the gymnasiums, you know, to find big guys, you know, stand up the back at least, look like big tough sailors. And Sean was Mr. Edinburgh, and he was trying to be Mr. World, like, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Right. He was like that. Yeah. He was the Scottish Arnold Schwarzenegger then. And he got a part, he got a chorus role in South Pacific. And on the first Saturday night of the opening, he came to a party, a very humble party, sort of bring a bottle and a bird, you know, bring a girl and a bottle. So
a bottle and a girl.
A bottle and a girl. And so I took two girls, and Sean walked in, and I immediately became his best friend. And that's the start of it. We've been, we're very close friends, very.
And you stay in touch? And
as much as we can, because he lives in Nassau, you know.
Right.
Actors, you know, I have great friends. Roger Moore's another one. He lives in Switzerland. But we sort of pick up the conversation where we left off all the time.
Do you play golf like Sean does?
No. I was going to play golf, and Sean tried to teach me once, and I thought he was going to strangle me, so I never...
And he gave up.
Yeah, he gave up. I gave up. I thought, oh, shoot, I don't want to do this.
I hate this question, but because we're talking about this in Men Who Would Be King, on all the films you've done, tell me the top 3 or 4, in terms of you, in terms of...
In terms of me... Educating Rita,
right?
The Quiet American, and Alfie. They're defining moments for me. Alfie, of course, made me a star. Educating Rita was the best I'd ever been up until that date, and The Quiet American, I beat it. This is all in my own mind.
No, that's what we're talking about. Yeah. How you see it.
how I see it, because what I saw in Educating Rita, I was absolutely convincing in someone who was very far away from me in character. Yeah. And in A Quiet American, I was absolutely convincing in someone who was even farther away from me in character.
You're absolutely right. You know what makes you such a great conversationalist is that for those kinds of questions, you have these smart answers.
You didn't tell me the questions.
I know. I didn't know. That's all.
I could have given you dumb answers.
My brain,
you know, when you see those talk shows, you know the guy's been prepared his questions and all that. That gets really dumb, doesn't it?
It's not me.
No, it's not you. Never been you. I've been on with you several times. Yeah.
More than several.
Yeah. Well, no, when they try to say, here are the questions, I said, please don't tell me the questions. Please
don't. They do that? They tell you, here's the questions?
They sometimes say, here's the questions.
Okay, why do you like this movie?
This movie is unique. I've played the lead in about 80 movies. And so, therefore, when you send me a script, I usually go, well, I did that one in 1978. I did that one in 1964. Because it goes around a lot. Yeah. This movie is completely and utterly unique. I've never seen a script like it or a movie like it. And also, plus, I'm working with Christopher Nolan and Christian Bale, who we did Batman Begins together. Yeah. So I've not only got this script that I think is extraordinary, I'm working with two friends.
It's about magic.
It's about two magicians, and it's about obsession and paranoia. Magicians are obsessive because otherwise they wouldn't be magicians. You've got to keep, you do that card trick 3,000 times before you even get it right. They've got to be obsessive. And they're paranoid because they always worry someone's going to steal their trick and they're through. Their career's over. In those days when there were great big tricks, because they were magicians. This takes place in Victorian London, and magicians then were like the rock stars and movie stars of the time. They were very, very famous. I mean, in America, Houdini. Everyone still knows Houdini is.
Exactly. You know that Houdini, I may be wrong about this. I may be wrong, but Harry Houdini.
Yes.
And Sir Arthur Conan Doyle were great pals.
Were they?
Great friends.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that. But like in this movie, there's a funny thing about that. In this movie, there's a character called Tesla.
Yes.
Played by David Bowie.
Yeah. David Bowie?
Bowie, yeah. Yes. Very good. Well, David was, when I first met David, he wasn't a singer or musician, he was an actor. Yeah. We come from South London, the same place. Yeah. And he plays this character called Tesla, and I never knew until after I'd made the movie that he was a real man. Tesla was a Serb who created electricity before Edison, the telephone before Alexander Graham Bell, and the radio before Marconi, and got screwed out of all of them. And he is one of the lead characters in our movie. Extraordinary.
He actually did these things?
He did these. No, it's actually true. Yeah.
Created all of those things?
Oh, he created all of those things. And he was a Serb who was born in Croatia. So there's always a big fight because everyone's trying to claim him. I know all this because I was being interviewed by a Serbian journalist. Right. And she said she was from Serbia. And I thought, I think Tesla came from around there. So I said to her, have you ever heard of a man called Tesla? And she did 20 minutes on it.
She knew him like he was a national hero.
She knew. She told me everything about him. Yeah,
his house is a monument. We worship at it.
It's like well, it's like if I said to an American, "Have you ever heard of Thomas Edison?"
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Take a look at this. This is where your character Cutter, talks to Angier, played by Jackman, and Borden, who's played by Christian Bale, about magic. What do you do when you're not working?
Me?
You.
Yeah, I'm very much a home person. People say to me, "Where do you go for your holidays?" I say, "I go home." I have a wonderful home,
and which we built.
I have a great wife, incredible wife. I've been married to her. I've been married to her for 34 years. She is gorgeous.
She is gorgeous. Yeah.
She's unique. She's the only person in the world I've ever met who nobody has a single bad thing to say about her. There is nothing bad about her. There's lots bad about her. It's me who takes all this flack.
Yeah, she's Indian.
She's Kashmiri. Kashmiri, yeah.
So she's one part Indian, one part Pakistani?
Yeah, no, it's a Kashmiris and Muslims.
I know.
Yeah, and she's Muslim. And she's the most beautiful woman I ever saw, which is handy because I work with beautiful women the whole time. I think that's the sort of.
So you're unlikely to be.
Yeah, I'm not. My eyes don't stray very far.
So you're working as much as you want to.
I do exactly. I have this luxury. I just read scripts and I go.
Yes,
I set my own standard, which is from The Godfather. Someone's got to make you an offer you can't refuse.
Yeah, right.
It's got nothing to do with money. It's just a script. And this script, I read it. The next thing I do is a remake of Sleuth with Jude Law, written by Harold Pinter. I can't refuse that.
Right.
And then the next one after that is Batman #2, Batman Part 2, which I would not only want to do because I played the Butler in the first one, but I also have a contract to do it. I don't know. It may be called The Dark Knight.
That's probably a good payday.
Or The Joker.
Isn't it? That's probably a good payday, isn't it?
Yeah, I've never been in those big movies before. That's why I did it. I was about 70. I think they offered me this big blockbuster movie.
Yeah. Is anybody that you have wanted to work with just very much and it hasn't happened for any particular?
I've never worked for Scorsese or Spielberg. Never worked for them. I mean, this isn't a plea or anything.
No.
I'm up to my button at work. I've got just as much work as they have.
I know that, but you've never worked with them, and
no.
Have you ever told them, "I'd love to work with you"? And
no, I never tell anyone anything. I just told you that.
I know.
But the minute I did, I regretted it.
Why? Because it looks like you're telling
it looks
yourself.
like I'm saying, "Oh, no, it's all right. I don't need a job. I'm okay. I'm trying to retire." But the thing is, you don't retire in this business. The business retires you.
And there's still a demand for Michael Caine.
And while there is, if there's stuff that I really, really want to do, I mean, I just got a little tiny British movie that I'm doing for scale,
Why are you doing a tiny little British
Because I
movie
love it so much.
A small little movie?
Yeah.
And what made you like it so much?
It's real. It's a fantasy, but it looks real. It's about a little boy who lives in an old people's home because his parents own it.
Yeah.
And he's interested in ghosts because they keep dying around him.
Yes.
His friends always drop dead. And then this very old magician comes in to die and takes him through to find the ghosts.
And you are?
The old magician.
That's what I thought. So you live in Los Angeles now?
No, I live
back
in
London.
England. Yeah, I lived in Los Angeles for about 8 years. Then I missed the rain, so I went home. And when I went home, it stopped raining.
You did not miss the rain.
I did. It never rains in Los Angeles.
Oh, I know that, but did you miss it?
Yeah, I missed.
You missed the sort of
seasons.
Seasons. Yeah.
Seasons, I think, is the word I'm looking for. Seasons.
Yeah.
And I suppose when you get older, you sort of go home to die. You go back to where you came from. I had all that great
stuff. Do you
stuff.
think about dying at all?
Never. No.
You never thought, well, gee, when I die, this is what I'd like for them to say about me. This is the service I'd like. These are the hymns I'd like to be sung.
No.
These are the people I'd like to speak for me.
All I ever do is try and find vitamins to keep me. I take all this stuff. They say,
do you really?
Yeah.
Are you a hypochondriac?
No, I'm not a hypochondriac. I'm one step further than that. I prevent any sort of ailments or symptoms. I never have any symptoms, so you can only be a hypochondriac if you imagine symptoms. Sean and Roger Moore are both hypochondriacs.
Pills
they look
all the
like
time.
these big tough guys.
Worried about the disease.
You just say how are you? I never say how are you because it's 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
With them,
Both
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Yeah. I've got this thing and I think I've got a thing. And you go, Sean, calm down. You've not got anything.
Now, when you look at a script, what are you looking for?
If you read the first 10 pages and the last 10 pages, and nothing is different, then nothing happened in the other 90.
It's true.
It's true.
Yes.
You look for development. You look for development not only in you, in everything around you, and you look for depth.
Have you ever seen a movie that wasn't good in the first 10 minutes that got good ever?
Never.
I haven't either.
No.
I mean, you can tell if somebody is in command of storytelling from the first 10 minutes.
But when the actor opens his mouth, too. I remember Neil Simon, he went and saw Richard III once. And he said, the guy went, now is the winter. I said, stinks. And I was right. He didn't even get the 4 words out. Now is the winter. Stinks.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
He said
you can just tell. But you can tell when you see people whether the movie's about 1 minute I need, and I'll tell you.
Have you ever climbed? I mean, you have no great, or haven't at any point, because you seem like a guy's always had all the roles he needed. You haven't gone through great lulls, have you?
Do go through, every actor goes through a lull. If you've been like the young star who gets the girl and all that and stuff, movie star.
That's you for a while.
For a long time,
yes,
yeah.
And
then you get, I remember I got a script,
yeah,
and I sent it back to the producer saying, the part of the lover is too small. And he sent it back to me saying, I sent it to you to play the father. And I went, oops. So I went rushing in the bathroom. I went, oh, my God, he's right.
So you took the part?
I didn't, because I didn't like it in the end. I didn't want to work with him. But then, you know, my God, I'm old
I'm going to another place.
And then it takes a time for a producer to get used to you, you know, because you're too old to play the young lover, and then no one thinks of offering you. You know, they say, "Well, he's a star; he wouldn't want to do that." Yeah. But then there's a difference, you see, between a movie star and a movie actor, which is what I am now. I'm a leading movie actor. A movie star looks at the script and says, "How can I change this to suit me?" Mm-hmm. Like movie stars, I've seen them do it. We look at the script and say, "Michael Caine would never say that. Michael Caine would never do that." Yeah.
It's great to see you again, my friend.
Great to see you, Charlie.
Much success with The Prestige.
Thank you.
And Sleuth, you'll be playing Laurence Olivier's part.
Yeah, I'm doing a remake of that with Jude Law.
But you're playing the part created by Sir Laurence Olivier.
Sir Laurence Olivier. Lord Olivier.
Lord Olivier.
Lord
yes.
Olivier. I'm only a sir, so I've got to watch myself.
I know. Are you proud to be a sir?
Yes.
Because while there, you and I had a conversation in which you thought you were being passed over.
All my friends were knighted. And I thought, what happened to me? What's wrong with me? You know. Yeah. But what happens, I think they all got together and said, we've got to get him knighted.
Let's get him in here.
Bring him in here.
Yeah, we want him in the club.
Yeah, so I was knighted.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Charlie.
Michael Caine, thank you for joining us. See you next time.